gone sports. Hey, girls gone sports. Show me you reppin' your team with Santina and Jeanine. Hey, girls gone sports. Hey, girls gone sports. We steady getting it hype. Hey, I know that you gonna like. You know it's poppin'. If it's a game, you know that we watchin'. We gonna talk football or basketball. All sports, come get involved. Hey, girls gone sports. Woo!
Welcome back to episode 45 of Girls Gone Sports Podcast. Girls Gone Sports. Oh, how did we get to 45?
That's crazy.
And a broken neck.
She has a broken neck. And do we get whipped cream?
And tell me, do we go to the store or not? Hey, Santina.
Hey, Jeanine.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm feeling sportish. Is that a word?
Yes.
Sportical?
Yeah.
Athletic?
I'm feeling excited.
Okay.
Explain
for the audience.
There's still a lot happening.
Right.
I'm feeling rich with what we're going to talk about.
I like that. Rich with knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, Santina.
Thank
Those
you.
are awesome words.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Girls Gone Sports Podcast. If this is your first time watching us, make sure you are liking this video, you're subscribing to our channel, and you are hitting that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Girls Gone Sports. Because, Santina, why would you want to?
There's no reason.
There is no reason at all. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you stream your podcast, thank you so much for tuning in with us today. Now, Santina, some exciting things are happening.
Guys, just when we thought we were saying goodbye to the NFL,
right,
they're back again.
It's like an ex that just keeps coming back for more.
It's just now it's time for the teams to either make trades.
Yep.
Or keep some players.
Right.
Maybe we're going to see some new ones. We're going to see some old ones. There's just a lot of money involved.
They're getting flirty, yeah.
You know?
Teams are getting flirty with their players.
I think they're doing some players are doing the unexpected. Some teams, I feel like, are biting their nails and just waiting to see who they're going to get. Literally, cue the biting.
Or this.
ASMR.
I hope you guys can pick this up. This is the noise of our fake nails. Yeah.
You know, that's how Dolly Parton wrote 9 to 5.
Oh, well, I don't know the beat. What is it?
Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Anyways.
I hope you guys heard that because that was amazing. And we don't do that for free.
Dolly.
We are, guys. We look just like Dolly Parton. Put up a picture of Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
And us.
Maybe when she went on vacation.
You know, like dyed her hair.
When she got curious. Anyways, moving on with the NFL.
Right.
Jeanine, your boy. Joshy Allen.
Guys, like the Bills, we've already had enough heartaches, Santina, this year with having a taste of what a potential Super Bowl could be like. But we got it back. Josh Allen signed a 6-year, $330 million contract extension with the Buffalo Bills. Now, this deal includes an NFL record $250 million guaranteed. He is now tied to the Bills, I believe, till 2030. So we got at least a couple more years with Joshy.
I mean, this works out for him. It's well deserved.
Thank you.
Very well deserved for him. All that money, I'm sorry. That is, again, no reason why a Super Bowl ticket should be $30,000.
Right.
And also, that is very exciting for him and his fiance, Haley. So just having that money, very secure. I'm seeing some children in the future.
Okay, maybe us being their kids, so they could just pay for everything for the rest of our lives.
Sure, they can adopt us.
You could adopt children, I think.
There's enough money to go around.
And sure, they have all this new money for a wedding, so they have enough space for us. Like, come on, we'll just sit in the back and
they should invite some fans. I feel like the Buffalo Bills should do like a raffle. I'd be like, okay, like 3 fans can bring like one guest. But like a serious like security check, like background.
Right.
I feel like that'd be fun.
I would be in the back with you. Would be eating like the pigs in a blanket.
When the servers walk around, I'm supposed to try that. I'm just kidding for my friend.
I'm just getting 3 for my friend. But yeah, congrats to Josh. That is amazing. I'm so happy that he is staying with the Bills franchise and getting that extension. So thank you to the Buffalo Bills. I love you.
Congrats.
Now, Santina.
Yes.
We see that Josh Allen, right? QB, quarterback, getting a lot of money. But now we have some other positions and players getting high up in the millions. Santina, tell us who else just got some money coming their way.
Yes. So Mr. Myles Garrett with the Cleveland Browns, he has become the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. So his deal is to be $122.8 million in guaranteed money, which is an average of $40 million salary dollars.
Not enough.
No, honestly, not much. And then the total value of $204.8 million. I mean, give yourself a pat on the back because a non-quarterback, they're usually the highest paid in the NFL. That just goes to show like how, and the Cleveland Browns, they didn't really do that well, but to still be making that much money, that's like something to celebrate.
And that's awesome for him. Now, people can go back and forth saying like, was this deal worth it? Is he getting paid like all this well? If we break down, his past 5 years with the organization. So his best year with the Browns was in 2022 with 60 total tackles, including solo tackles, and assisting tackles, and 16 sacks. Yes. In the past 5 seasons, he has an average of 50 tackles a season, including solo and assisting, and 14 sacks.
Now, I'm glad you keep saying sacks and tackles.
sounds like a beach shop in California.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Now, because guys, I'm glad I got the clarification here. Now, a sack, for anybody who didn't know, is when a defender tackles the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage, which is an invisible line that separates offense and defense. Right. Now, a tackle is when any player with the ball is brought down and forced out of bounds. I thought they were the same thing.
Honestly, I feel like people use them interchangeably, and I do sometimes too. I'm like, oh, he tackled him. Oh, that was a sack.
Yeah, but there's just a lot of terms. There's tush push. There's sack. There's tackle,
ring of fire,
or
sleigh,
the bowling pins. Honestly,
so much vocab that we're still acquiring.
Yes, but now moving on to 2 other quarterbacks. So right now, guys, any team that is TBD on quarterbacks, they have a possible haunting of Daniel Jones or Aaron Rodgers. Where's the dun dun dun?
Where is he? We need it. Where's that?
Oh, the spooky maybe?
Oh, where's spooky?
Yep.
The last thing you want is Aaron Rodgers joining your team. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's either going to be a brat, get your coach fired, or get hurt the first game and then out the rest of the season.
Honestly, just say no to Rodgers. You know how people say no to drugs? Say no to Rodgers. And I know the Steelers just confirmed that Justin Fields will be coming back as their quarterback for next year, but there's still that haunting and talk of Aaron Rodgers or Daniel Jones, or maybe it's just I just can't stay away from both of them. I'd rather have Daniel Jones over Aaron Rodgers, because Daniel Jones, at least he doesn't have a representation or reputation for being mean, rude, nasty, crybaby, brat, all these things.
It's the amount of hate this guy gets just from us sometimes. But we still love everybody at the end of the day, but we're talking about your job.
Yeah, step it up, buddy.
Well, don't go to Egypt.
Well, it all started with the pyramids.
That made me so angry.
When was that? Oh, that was in the springtime-ish.
Yeah.
Right, summer.
It was mandatory, and he didn't go, but then they still allowed him to play.
I feel I'm sorry, and then why are you breaking the rules? So everyone's breaking the rules now, I guess.
Yeah, but then there was that other guy. Was he on the Cowboys? Remember the one who missed just a meeting?
Yes, he missed him for meeting.
This guy went to Egypt. You could have zoomed him in on the meeting.
Zoomed him in on a pyramid.
Literally, you're fine. Find some time during the day. That's just ridiculous. But anyways.
Well, anyway, maybe just some other kind of surprising, not haunting, but just shocking maybe news. So the Vikings, AKA, they were going really strong this past season. They were going undefeated for a little bit. I was surprised, Santina, I don't know about you, to see that they were not going to be re-signing quarterback Sam Darnold, who had 4,319 passing yards, 39 touchdowns, and a passing or a percentage, completion percentage of 66.2, while leading the Vikings to a 14-3 record this season.
And he was also number 16 in quarterbacks for passing yards this year, So this is kind of like a very scary situation because I wouldn't say it's like a 50-50. Like, if you kept him, you'd win. If you lose him, you could find someone better. Like, it's not like they had a terrible record. Like, if they were like vice versa 3-14, I'd be like, okay, maybe we look into somebody else. But 14 wins, 3 losses?
I think also it has to do with the fact that the Vikings lost a playoff game. Like, I believe they lost some kind of playoff game. But I'm like, don't we all lose playoff games?
But also, like, it's not even all on the quarterback, though.
You're right. Because we take a look at Joe Burrow. He did what he had to do. So I think it was like a mutual agreement on both of their ends. But I thought if you have a 14, that's one of the best records this season. If you have a 14-13 record, but they would want you back.
Maybe for the Vikings, it doesn't benefit them, but maybe for Sam, it does.
Right? Maybe he wants to go somewhere else.
Oh, like maybe I'll find a better team who appreciates me a little more, and then have a winning record there. You know, I hope he finds a new team, beats his record with the Vikings, goes to the playoffs just to be like, it wasn't me.
Maybe the Jaguars.
Everyone forgets about the Jaguars. I don't think there's really going to be any changes, which I was getting notifications, though, about like a bunch of trades and everything. I just can't see any changes.
I think they need you. They need you in that office making change.
You know how many times I'd go to HR or HR would be called on me? I'd be like, "You're pathetic."
Santina, we saw you in the locker room taking a player's water bottle and jersey,
but I really like the Owala, so I
saw you taking their shoulder pads.
I needed it.
You know, my airbag popped out of my car, so I need something.
You know, for like a plane ride, instead of a neck pillow, I have the airbag.
My sister has, like, you know, the traditional neck pillow where it's like a horse shoe. This one, it's like a log, and you can like form it to however you want it, like to contort it. I bought one.
I like that. Do you like it? You use it?
Yeah.
I like the one where it looks like a huge foam cube. And like you could put your arms in there and then like rest your head. I'd be knocked out on every flight.
I'd be like, Santina, wake me up when they ask if I want peanuts or pretzels.
When that ice cold ginger ale comes around, let me.
I've been like a ginger ale or apple juice kind of girl on planes recently.
Yeah, on a plane, I just love the ginger ale. And I also like, I like the almonds if they have those. Okay, side note. I'm like, does someone really need to bring like a full meal onto a plane? Because if it smells, like that's not going anywhere.
Well, remember when we were flying back from Memphis and I had a steak sub? And I was like,
I mean, that was steak, so it's fine. But like some people bring like hot food and like you can't escape that smell.
I'm like, no, please, I can't.
Like, I'm gonna throw up on here. Somebody, please.
But yeah, back to airplanes, back to travel, back to shoulder pads. Santina, we have some really good news for your boy.
Yes. T. Higgins is staying with the Bengals. He announced it on Twitter by just doing tag on Twitter.
Where is it? That's for T.
Yes.
T Money.
He had, this past season, 330 receptions for 4,595 yards and 34 touchdowns, not through this past season, but throughout his 5 seasons.
Right.
That's a lot.
Like, I just feel like you can't bring up the dynamic of Higgins, Chase, and Burrow. That, like, 3 combo, like, that trinity is just
like the Powerpuff Girls.
No, they literally are. It's like, it is, or it's kind of almost like SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward. I feel like Joe Burrow is Squidward because he's like, sometimes he's very monotone.
Maybe like the 3 Stooges, but like the smart ones.
What are their names? Larry,
Curly, and Mo.
Same. I'll be the curly one.
I want to be Mo.
And who's Larry? Aaron Rodgers.
We cannot have him in our group.
No, he'd be removed from the group chat immediately.
Could you imagine?
Just kicked. He would try
Jeanine has removed Aaron Rodgers.
And he would come back like, hey guys, I think there was some kind of miscommunication. Boom. We're going to let him finish his text. But yeah, anyway, you can't have the Bengals without having Joe Burrow, without having Jamar Chase, without having T. Higgins. So very smart on their end to tag him. Santina, I did think it was funny, like you mentioned, how he literally just posted on Twitter, tag.
Yeah,
and that was his way. Yeah.
Our last episode title.
I love that.
Maybe he listened to our previous one where we talked about the tags.
Right, he got inspo.
That's probably really what happened.
And what's this episode going to be called? Locker room steel, shoulder pads and ginger ale.
Guys, this is literally what happens. Like, we're like, what is it going to be called?
Ginger ale and
wake me up when it comes.
Peanuts and pretzels. Who knows? But yeah, we love you, T. Higgins. Yes. He literally was on our sleigh during our Christmas episode. Slay. So if you're wondering what that is, Christmas episode, a few months ago, that was one of our best episodes yet. So go back, listen, watch it, especially watch it. We got some good stuff happening. But Santina, the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that is very close to my heart, even though I'm a Bills fan through and through. My dad is from Pittsburgh, so we have a very special love.
I like Pittsburgh.
Right? And we love Coach Tomlin.
We do. The beady eyes, him always angry.
Yes.
But he's just like this. Arms crossed, mic up. Like,
that's me waiting for like a booth at a restaurant.
Like, I know I have a booth there. I can see it.
I'll move past the chicken tenders. Okay, I'll push them away. Okay.
So the Steelers have acquired DK Metcalf, a wide receiver from the Seahawks, and is signing a 4-year, $132 million extension. Now, so a lot of people, they're like, okay, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? The guy's got a little bit of a temper.
But don't we all? Come on, give me some grace.
But I feel like that's what makes the game interesting. It just shows how much he loves what he does.
It just shows that he's so passionate about the sport that he's willing to do like anything to defend it.
Like, how far do you think he would go?
I don't know, but people were saying like him and I always get confused between Pickett and Pickens. Kenny Pickett, not Kenny Pickens.
Okay.
Kenny Pickett was on the Steelers. Another wide receiver, Pickens, now forgive me if I'm having the wrong ending of the word, of the name, is also a wide receiver on the Steelers, and people are interested to see like how that is going to clash. And I think they have the same jersey number. So who's going to get to keep it? Who's going to get to change? But that's going to be interesting. That has kind of like been all over, I feel like, the news of NFL stuff, that trade.
Now, to piggyback on the fights and stuff. Okay, I'm just a little confused because you have a lot of padding. Let them fight. But if you guys ever watch hockey and two players fight, the refs let them, like, go at each other for a little bit.
Do you know why that is?
No, but I'm like, why? I get, like, maybe baseball and basketball, maybe, like, sports where you don't have as much protection. Don't do that. But you're in padding and you have a helmet. Like, you have a higher chance of getting a concussion from getting hit, like being tackled, than like getting punched. So I'm like, just let them fight a little bit.
Just let them like tussle it out a little bit. Let them work through.
Right.
What if they all sit down? What if they all sit down and have, a meeting with a learning target, and they're like... Okay. A meeting with a learning target. They're like, while talking to my friends, I can identify one solution to our problem. And Santina has tears in her eyes for laughing. Guys, let's have fun, okay? It's fun. It's pink. It's unserious.
If I was the announcer, I'd be like, let him fight.
I'm like, seriously, just
wait.
Let them
so, guys, speaking of fights, the other day we went to my little cousin's basketball game. Now it was Section 5, and so it was like the sectional game. So it gets pretty heated.
Right.
Now, both teams where they live, not like the fancy of fancy, but it's like fine. Now, where Jeanine and I are from, that's where one kid was fighting. So I'm like, okay, thank you for supporting us and defending us. But where the other kid was from, he was saying all this stuff about like my cousin's school, where we're from, and I'm like, you're literally like a 5-minute drive away from me. Your school's not any better. But it was like so funny because we're walking out to leave, right? And then they're just fighting. You know, like when kids just scream at each other. But then like we're walking, and we had to park so far. And then we hear the fight still following us. Get to our car, still following us. We literally park right next to one of the kids.
Literally, there was parallels as they were fighting and talking all this like stuff. We were literally walking parallel to them.
I was like, yeah, this is like so embarrassing. But I'm like, just let the kids fight.
Just let them tussle 5 seconds and then shake hands.
I think that's fine for... I think the Steelers will be fine. He needs that toughness in the back.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess moving on to Aaron Rodgers again.
Like, guys, it's time for him to retire. Nobody wants him at the Steelers. I'm sorry. I know we talked about that, but nobody wants him there.
Nobody wants him anywhere. He's retired.
Sit this one out, bud. It's time to go home.
Yeah, just go somewhere else.
It's like, it's getting, the street lights are coming on. It's time to go home.
Yeah, just go. Just leave.
But, Santina, now we have also some interesting things happening in the NBA. We have great things happening in the NFL, great things happening in the NBA. So our guy, well, is he our guy?
Question.
He's an associate. I always want to say Stephen Curry. No,
I would say Stephen Curry.
Steven, looking for Steven. Steven C.
Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry, right. He has become the 26th player in NBA history to score 25,000 points. And he is also on his way to becoming the first player with 4,000 3-pointers made. And he only needs 7 more to get to the 4,000.
I mean, honestly, we could probably give us a year.
Right.
It's just like go outside, make a couple layups, play a couple games of pig around the world. You're fine. No, but that is pretty cool because you have a lot of kids in high school like to get 1,000 points, but to have 25,000 points.
That's amazing.
And 4,000 of them being 3-pointers. That's pretty cool.
He's very talented. He's a talented guy.
Is his wife still a cook? Didn't she have like a cooking show?
I think so. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
So she must have. I think she was cooking.
Did you ever see that one episode of Dude Perfect where he was on there and they were doing like free throws?
No.
And they had like a basketball, but it was glass, but there was money inside of it. And they're like, okay, if you make it, you get to keep the cash, but if you don't, then you don't get the money. And one of the twins, I don't know their names, one of them, like how basketball players is kind of habit, you bounce the ball. Mm-hmm. Well, he was just automatically went into thinking it's a real basketball, just throws it on the ground.
It was glass?
Yeah. And he just immediately lost. He thought he could dribble it. But Steph Curry won that one, I think.
I've never seen Dude Perfect.
Really?
What are they?
They just do like a bunch of trick shots.
Is it like on YouTube?
Yeah, I think they started on YouTube. They have like a couple like shorts or like the reels. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. They have like a bunch of like
funny
athletes
videos
on there too.
Oh, it's like an athletic thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be on I'd be like,
I can't keep up.
We'll be Lady Perfect.
I like that.
Lady Perfect.
That's good.
Well, Santina, on some sad news, what happened to our guy?
Jalen Brunson is out for 2 weeks with a right ankle sprain. Happened during Thursday's game with the Lakers in overtime with a minute and 24 left. Now, that sucks. He's like a key part of your team. Mm-hmm. His dad is mad.
Yep. He's like, Jalen, I told you.
I swear to God, I told you to hurt yourself.
I'm really upset. I feel like our chances now, it's sad saying this, our chances of going to like the championship this year is just going down and down.
Started off so strong.
But true, but you also never know what could happen, especially playoffs coming in about a month. So playoffs, champions, can you say playoffs for basketball?
Yeah.
Right? Like postseason? Right. That's coming up. So rest up, Jalen Brunson. We love you, and I still ride with the Knicks.
Ride or die.
Forever. No.
Now, back into some fight night here. Fight Club.
It's Monday night Raw. We got some more fighting.
DeMar DeRozan from the Sacramento Kings has been fined $25,000 for public criticism of the officiating in their game with the Nuggets. I'm like, they're fine.
Like 25,000. Well, what did he do? What did he say?
He was saying like the refs were terrible as bleep, simple as that. I mean, and then he went on to say a bunch of times we got hit, we got smacked. Then he went on to saying 3 or 4 shots out there clearly got hit, got smacked. They get the same call on the other end, but then it throws off like the whole rhythm of the game, and then they just like they need the momentum to win it. But it's just
now I knew about the NFL refs. I didn't know about the NBA refs.
They're just as bad.
Really?
I just like any basketball game, if it's been like professional or if it's been like a hometown like game or whatever, I just feel like they have about 2 or 3. I would say on the court. but it's also like a smaller area to cover, so I feel like it should be easier to call these. But then sometimes you can see like that there was like a foul that should have been called that they're like purposely not. And then I feel like a lot of times where one ref will call, that's why I like if there's only two, because if one ref calls something, but then say like the other one disagrees, then the third one comes in, and then they like have to decide. I'm like, you pay enough money for the NFL to have like a camera going the whole time. Just look at the camera.
Look back at the iPad and figure out what happened. But yeah, I didn't know about like NBA refs also being a little dirty. Do you think if he didn't like swear that and just said like those other things, he still would have been fined?
I mean, like, it's like he's just swearing. It's not like he's threatening. He's just like angry.
But $25,000, that's a lot of money.
That's like dramatic a little.
Well, like $500.
I'm like, or just have him sit one game.
Or like a dinner at Applebee's or something.
Comp your meal.
Venmo, Cash App. But yeah, just have him sit. $25,000.
That's a lot of money.
That is, but I mean, I guess to them it's just like, but it's whatevs. But Santina.
Yes.
We are going to be implementing something, I feel like, for the next episodes going forward. We have something called our Cutie of the Week. Cutie of the Week. Cutie of the Week. Well, Santina and I are going to be each picking our Cutie of the Week. Basically, we're picking a player, a person, someone in the sports world that we feel like is, this week, they were a cutie. They did what they had to do. They looked cute while doing it. Now, Santina, why don't you start us off? Who is your Cutie of the Week?
So I think my Cutie of the Week is going to be Mr. T. Higgins with the Bengals, just because of the record that he's had in the past 5 seasons. And I just thought it was very nice to see him still stay with the team. Yeah. Even though like what they went through last year and the kind of like some of the past couple of seasons, he's like, I know we did bad in the past. We'll practice for the future and the season coming up. Yep. And then I think he's like, you know what? I'm going to stick with them to see what happens. And he didn't let like one bad season to like make him change his mind.
Right. And a true cutie is loyal, and that's what he is.
He is my Cutie of the Week. My first cutie
Your first Cutie of the Week.
Who's yours?
My Cutie of the Week, okay? My Cutie of the Week is Stephen Curry. Because he's making two NBA records. He is just proven time and again how great not only of a dad he is, husband and player. So he gets my first Cutie of the Week award.
I really like that one.
Santina, Cutie of the Week.
Cutie of the Week.
Cutie of the Week, because you know what? When you're cute, you're fancy.
And you get the week to yourself.
And you get a $5 gift card from us from Applebee's. Well, maybe if you want to be Cutie of the Week here on Girls Gone Sports Podcast, what are you waiting for? Follow us along on Girls Gone Sports on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram at Girls Gone Sports Pod. We're still on TikTok. We're still alive out there. We're still there. Girls Gone Sports. If you are on YouTube, please make sure you are subscribing to our YouTube channel, liking this video and hitting that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Girls Gone Sports. Santina, because why would you want to?
There's no reason.
There's no reason. We appreciate all the support. It really does help our channel and all that things to show that you are interested. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we want to say thank you so much for tuning in on there. So we will see you next week, Santina, for episode 46. Yay! 4 more closer to 50.
Crazy.
That's crazy. So we'll see you on episode 46 of Girls Gone Sports Podcast.
Girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have